Welcome back to Grace Abounds in Deepest Waters. So today's Tuesday, and Tuesdays are normally our shortest day of the week, only because Tuesdays is the day that we have our evening church services. And because of that, I've actually given my kids less subjects to do on a Tuesday so that we can finish the day, the schooling day off earlier, so that we can all be in the service on a Tuesday evening. Now, when we started homeschooling, we didn't realize all the many blessings that we'll have when it comes to homeschooling. Sundays, our church is normally full for the service, but Tuesday evenings, there's very few kids in our service, and that's only because many children come home with a lot of homework. I remember when I was a child, when we had homework, that's the evenings we'd normally stay at home. But because we're homeschooled, we make sure all our work is finished in the day, so nothing is left for in the evening, and my kids can then be in the services. I actually thought it might be a good idea to take you through the day with us. So I was planning to only show you which subjects and books and the prices of the books as I promised. I thought that that's what the video might actually be about, but I thought why not do the whole day. It is already after 11 o'clock, and so far for the day, all that's basically been happening is that the older kids has been doing the subjects that's required of them to do for today. But I thought maybe you can spend the rest of the day with us. So, as I've promised in a previous video, I'll be showing you all the subjects that the twins, which is doing grade 2 this year, is doing. I'll also show you the books that they are using, and I'll also try and give you the prices for all the books that I show you. Our day is not over yet, so Asith and Aisha are still doing their schoolwork, and you'll probably see them in the background of the video. Don't mind them. They know what they need to do, and they work quite independently. So for the next few minutes, they won't be needing me at all, and I can now show you which books the twins is using this year. Okay, so I've just turned the camera around. I'm going to be showing you our bookshelf where I actually keep the books. It is not the neatest shelf today. Trust me, I pack the shelf all the time, every day. And there's always people that doesn't seem to remember or know or want to put the books where they belong on the shelf. So for today, we're gonna pretend like this is the neatest bookshelf you've ever seen. We're gonna go through these boxes. So what I've done is I've gone to Westpac Plastics, and I actually got these storage containers. I am someone that likes to keep organization intact in my house, and I didn't want books just laying all over the show, just on a pile. So what I done was, for each subject, I actually went to the shop and I got a storage container for every subject, so that my kids know exactly which box to look in for which subject they want to do. Okay, so for the purposes of this video, we gonna only concentrate on these 4 boxes over here. This is the twins subjects for grade 2. We do math, English, Afrikaans, and life skills. Each box has whatever they need for that particular subject. I've actually taken out the things that we use on a regular basis. So I'm gonna walk over to my bench and show you exactly what they're doing for each subject. Okay, so starting with life skills, we've decided to use the CAPS curriculum. As you all know, the CAPS curriculum day by day life skills book for grade 2. This is the book we're using. they don't have writing books. From time to time they are required to do some writing, so we cross that bridge when we get there. There is books to write in, so once we actually need it, we will then use them, but most of it is basically reading what's in the book. Same applies for Afrikaans. We do have writing books for Afrikaans. Last year we were just paging through and reading whatever's on the pages. The book we're using this year is Afrikaans Sonder Grense, and that's the grade 2 book. I just want to tell you that, okay, I see that I don't have the price of the life skills book anymore. I normally do keep the prices on the back of the book just so that I can give people a price if they ask me what the price is. But the Afrikaans Sonder Grense, as you can see, it's 130 Rand for the book. I must also tell you that my older kids done most of these books when they were in these grades, so in many cases I don't need to go and buy books. Sometimes we just go to the box which we keep in our garage, and I look at all the books for that particular year that I would need, and most of the time Asad and Aisha's books is still in very good condition, because I normally cover them and we keep them in a box and everything after the year is over, and they stay in a good condition. So that's how Afrikaans, it is Afrikaans Sonder Grense for grade 2. Then we have maths, and I just wanted to show you, you don't need to have expensive manipulatives and things. Many of these things you can get at Westpac or P&A, CNA. For counting, we didn't even buy anything. We normally use the milk caps. So when we're done using the milk, we take off the cap and we keep it in this box, and the day we need to count something, we use these counters. We also use sticks to count with whenever we can, but the sticks is also used to make spaces when they are actually doing their writing, just to make sure that there's neat spaces in between. Then for maths, we've decided to use platinum. Platinum books was also used by Asad and Aisha when they were in grade 2. So this year, for some reason, I couldn't find the other book, but I found one of the two. So we're using the same books again, and I just needed to buy one more book for each, well, for one of the children. The price here is 106 Rand. Where is my price? Can we see it? There we go, 106 Rand. And it would appear that the price hasn't changed since Asad and Aisha has done it. So it's still the same price. And that was about 7 years ago, I think. That's the platinum maths books. Then we do Fun with Mathematics 2.2. The price of this book is 71 Rand. It's just a nice book with some extra practice for maths. And then I've also got these boards to work out sums on. On the one side you can use your chalk, and on the other side it's some whiteboard marker. So the boys actually enjoy drawing and doing their maths on those boards. Now I've kept English for last because I think it's the most books. Firstly, when it comes to English, each of them have their own learning folder. In here, I've just kept some things that they have since they were in grade RR and before. The days of the week, I've been through these files before and I've given you like the idea of how we use them. They are very old. From the first time the twins started doing school, we've been using these little flip files. What I actually want to show you is that we've got some sight words in here, and the twins actually know most of these words already. So you've got sight words that they need to learn in pre-K, then there's sight words for second grade, first grade. There's a grade R and grade 1 list, I think also, but there's second grade, third grade, and then there's a big list of a lot more words that they need to learn how to read and also how to spell. But that's the main thing we use in these files, is those sight words. Then the English books we've decided to use is also platinum for grade 2, and same story here. Asnath and Aisha used these books when they were in grade 2. I actually insisted on them writing in pencil in these books. At the time we used to fight a lot about it, because I can remember Aisha actually wanting a pen license. Do you remember Aisha? Wanting a pen license when we were in grade 2, and he would fight with me every day because he wanted to write with a pen in his book. And in the back of my mind, I just always thought we might be able to use these books again one day, and the day has arrived. The twins is now just erasing their old pencil writing, and we can now actually write in these books with pencil, so the twins can now use these books. There's also another book that we're using, which is basically for phonics and spelling, and that is these books over here. It's actually a part of the same books that we use for math. So they've also got phonics and spelling, so that's what we're using also for English. And then whenever we have the opportunity to buy books, there's a wonderful brand of books called Tippy. These Tippy books over here, whenever there is the money that we can afford to buy a book or two, these are the books that we buy, and this actually was their very first readers. Okay, so the next book, and I must just put in a little side note, we live in Midrand, very close to Grand Central Airport, and it's quite difficult today to try and keep all the noises out. I don't think I'll ever be able to keep all the airplane noises out because there's constantly airplanes flying over our house. Please bear with me. So the next set of books we actually got from very good friends of ours. It is the Unpack books that they use for grade 1 and grade 2. So these are some of their readers. If your child is doing school through Unpack, this is the same readers that they would read while they do school. And in some cases we have 2 of the same book, sometimes we have 1 of the same book, so they just share everything they have. I guess that's what being a twin is all about actually. Then there is a reader that actually comes with a platinum curriculum. If you look at this one over here, he's seen better days, but he's actually in quite good condition still. This was the reader Asnath and Aisha used, and this year I decided to just get one more. I didn't actually realize that we still have that one, but I got one more, and now Othniel and Osha actually each have their own reader that they can use for English. So thanks to the box where we keep all the old curriculum, we actually have readers that we could use again this year. I just want to see the price of the reader currently in the shop is 101 Rand. So that's what a reader is going to cost you. These Tippy books, they go for about 45 Rand a book. My camera just doesn't want to focus nicely, but it's 45 Rand. And the English books, even if there was a price on, which there is actually, 101 Rand, but as I said, this was about 6 years ago, so that's not the price anymore, but I don't think it's gone up that much in price. The maths books, like I said, is 106 Rand, so I'm guessing that your English books could possibly cost you about 130 Rand a book now. Then that's not all we use for English. We joined the library a good few years ago, and because of that sickness that everybody was getting, we haven't been to the library in about 2 or 3 years, maybe 2 years. About 2 weeks ago, no, 4 weeks ago, we went again for the first time. So this is our second round of books, which needs to go back next week. And we quickly picking up our stride when it comes to books to read. I actually know now where to take books that is easy enough for the twins to be able to read. We don't only get easy books to read, we also get books that we ourselves read to them as like bedtime stories and so on. And also, it's not always good to just buy books that they can read. Sometimes we get books that is a little bit difficult for them. It just challenges them a little bit more so that they can read even better than they are currently able to read. So as you can see, we've got a huge variety of books. I'll actually insert a clip where they're actually reading books that we took out at the library, and you can see they enjoy reading, they enjoy learning to read. Very good. Continue. Very good. Can I just tell you something like that quickly? Don't read today as if it is 2 words. When you say it, sounds like 2 words. Now there's one more subject that you don't see on the bench over here. And that's because we don't always do that particular subject during school hours in the day. Many times that subject is actually done in the evening when dad is home. And that's that subject. So we firm believers in discipling our kids' hearts, and that's one of the reasons why we homeschool. We wanted to be able to teach the kids what our firm beliefs is in our house, and the only book we can teach them from that has no contrary statements and things in is this book over here. This year I've actually given us a theme, and that is to prepare, because we are Christians. I've actually decided that we're going to concentrate a lot on scriptures, and not just any scriptures that they can apply to their daily lives. And I think it would be fun to also put in one of those scriptures for you that they've learned to say off by heart. I've actually decided that the scriptures I'm going to teach them is scriptures that we can actually sing a song with it, just to help them to memorize the verses easily. So I'll ask them to sing one of those scriptures for you. For God so loves the world, He gave His only Son, that whosoever would believe in Him would not perish but would have everlasting life. Everlasting life. Everlasting life. So where are we going to?
The library.
The library. Are you looking forward to the trip to the library? But before we go to the library, did you finish your schoolwork for today?
Yes, Mommy.
Okay, so when we get back, you can just read. You can just read. Are you done with your schoolwork today?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Off to the library we go. Ek hoor jou Aisha, het jy gehoor? Ek wil net nie praat nie. Are you ready to go home? You just want to be here to play, not for books.
I'm actually looking for books.
What type
that
of
would
books is
like-
your interest?
Like Dr. Zeus
Dr. Zeus, okay.
and
And
the
those-
Lion Kings, but they don't have. I think they have.
We've got about 3 Dr. Zeus books in our pile so far.
Mom, is this Lion King?
No,
The
it's
evil
not.
one, Scara.
No, it's not Lion King.
But this looks like Scara. The
Scarface.
evil
Yes, you're right.
one. But they just advertised him. I'm looking for my interest is Henry Danger.
Henry Danger. I found horrible Henry books.
Can I use
We've taken one to take home. I'll show you at home. Okay, the bedtime story. Sa Afrikaanse slaaptyd story. So daar gaan die boeke wees, né? Ja, Othel. Okay,
my family?
point at your finger.
Brother looks
Yes.
at after the field.
No. Goats. Can you see the goat? Okay. So, are you guys done yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, I've explained that today's Tuesday and we actually do less subjects on a Tuesday because we have a shorter day on a Tuesday. Which subjects do you guys do on a Tuesday, Esther?
English, Maths, Afrikaans, and reading.
English, Maths, Afrikaans and reading. And Aisha, can you tell us about what time do you finish with your schoolwork on a Tuesday?
Probably just after 11. Sometimes if we start like 6, then we'll be done like 10:30.
Okay, so it depends what time you start with your schoolwork. Did you hear Aisha said sometimes when they start at 6? This often happens when they don't feel like doing schoolwork the whole day. They would get up without me waking them up and telling them to do schoolwork. They'd start their schoolwork very early in the morning, but that obviously means they'll be finished earlier as well. And sometimes as a mommy, as a teacher, I'm tempted to give more work because I feel like, how can you sit and do nothing? But they actually get their schoolwork done quite early, especially on a Tuesday, so that they can be finished early. Asnath, which subject are you still busy with?
English.
English. Okay. Here's a little secret. Most of their subjects, they've already finished term 1. Which subjects are you finished with for term 1?
Yeah.
History, Afrikaans. That's the only two.
English,
Yeah.
And maths.
maths.
History, Afrikaans, English and Maths. Which means that Esnath is not currently doing the curriculum's English. She's actually doing extra English that I've given her to do. And that's out of our English books. I'll show you more about this book when I show you their curriculum for the year. It actually says that you can use this book from primary school and beyond. Yesterday we used it for our grade 2s. But it is such a good book that you can use it basically in each and every grade of primary school and most probably high school as well. So yes, that's Asif and Aisha's schoolwork for today. It will be lunchtime in just a few minutes. And then we'll take you with us on the rest of our day.
Dance na may breaks ta.
the song and the smile, fill my way every day with love.
Waters. Amen. It's wonderful, regardless how regarding the earthly things, material things, we may think we need this, we may think we need this, we may desire that, we may wish we had this, but will not want. O shepherd, verse 11, for thus says the Lord God, Ezekiel 34, verse 11, for thus says the Lord God, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out. Amen. As a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day. As we were scattered in the cloudy and dark days everywhere. But he has fulfilled what he promised. I will deliver them out of all places.
I'm standing on the promises of God. Standing.
See the ministry of John the Baptist. Welcome, Brother John. Amen. Now we are talking about Brother John the Baptist. In Luke chapter 1, verse 17, or we can start with verse 18, which says, but the angel said unto him, fear not, Zacharias, for thy prayer is heard, and thy wife Elizabeth shall bear thee a son, and thou shalt call his name John. Yeah, the name was actually given there. And surely people heard about this. People heard, but they decided not to believe. They knew. It's not like they didn't know. They knew about it, because Zachariah, since he was born, they knew a miracle had taken place. It was a wonderful thing. A barren woman who was very old gave birth to a child, and he's called John. And Jesus, when he came, he clarified, this is Elias which is to come. Now here we read in verse 15, for he shall be great, verse 15 of Luke chapter 1, Luke 1 verse 15, for he shall be great in the sight of the Lord, and shall drink neither wine nor strong drink, and he shall be filled with the Holy Ghost.
It was wonderful having you all join us on a Tuesday routine. Next time, I look forward to sharing Esther and Aisha's curriculum. Thank you for watching, and if you liked anything that you've seen, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on those post notifications so that you can be notified every time a new video goes live. God bless.